So the other day I published a video on this channel about the whole OpenAI code red situation, and a lot of you had follow-up questions. Many of you wanted to know whether they should continue using ChatGPT and if there's going to be any potential issues with your account. So in today's video, I'm going to break down everything in a simplistic way. Should we all panic? What's really happening behind the scenes? And whether you should genuinely think about switching AI tools. So first things first, let me quickly explain what this whole code red situation even means. Some of you might have not watched that previous video, or maybe you're just new to this whole thing. So Sam Altman, who is the CEO of OpenAI, which is the company that actually owns ChatGPT, issued a code red alert. And this is a serious internal signal. It basically means that leadership believes that there's a major issue happening in the market that could threaten the company's financials. It could affect the company when it comes to them existing. But in this particular case, the shift happened when Google released their latest update to Gemini, which is Gemini 3.0, and just all of their different DeepMind AI tools. These different updates didn't just improve performance, they genuinely challenged ChatGPT across multiple different areas, benchmarks, real-time research, interactive dashboards, and just general everyday things that people use AI for. So when Sam Altman issued a code red, it wasn't because ChatGPT is failing, it was because Google is moving incredibly fast, faster than what most people expected. And in the world of AI, speed matters. If one company launches a model that feels noticeably smarter, more intuitive, and more updated, users can easily switch overnight. So yeah, that's the gist of what's going on. ChatGPT is worried because of Google's updates when it comes to how improved Gemini has become. And I'm going to break down each one. I'm going to be comparing the two. And of course, I'm going to answer the question, should you consider canceling your ChatGPT account and completely moving over to another AI tool, specifically in this case, Google Gemini? Now, what I find really interesting is that there's so many people out there that doesn't even know that Google has all of these different AI tools. And they don't just have one, they don't just have two, they don't just have three. They've got multiple different AI tools depending on what use case you need it for. Like for example, if I go onto deepmind.google/models, these are only a few different models that they've got. They still got many others, but as we can see, they've got Gemini, they've also got Nano Banana, they've got Gemma, they've got Veo, they've got Imagen, and they've got this one. But on this page, they haven't listed things like the Google AI mode, as well as Notebook LM and a couple others. But the main point is Google has a wide suite of different AI tools, and this is what the CEO of OpenAI is mainly worried about. And if we just scroll down on this page, as we can see, Google is comparing Gemini 3 Pro with Claude as well as GPT 5.1. So this is ChatGPT's latest model, this is Claude's latest model, and this is their latest model. And on the surface, it's a little bit difficult to see which one is better than the other. Of course, we can instantly tell that by the higher percentage. But what I'm going to do is just organize this so that we can get a clearer look. So I'm just going to use Google Gemini. I'm going to copy all of this just like that. And we're going to be able to see which one is going to come out on top when it comes to Gemini versus Claude versus ChatGPT. So to organize the data, I'm just going to come over here. I'm going to paste this prompt that says create an interactive chart with 4 columns. I've given it all of the AI models, and I want it to let me know which one is a winner in the 4th column. And each row should compare the 3 models using the percentage scores for everyday keywords that people would use all of these different AI tools for. And stick with me because what I'm about to show you is going to be super interesting. So I'm just going to paste the benchmarks that I got from that website right here, and I'm going to click on submit. And as we can see, it's now been able to organize everything in a clear, easy to read way. So it's broken it down with these main benchmarks. So memory, facts and accuracy, using my computer, vision, maths, coding assistant, language and smarts. And we can see straight away in this column over here that Gemini has won with every single benchmark besides one, which is coding assistant. Claude wins in this case, but ChatGPT hasn't won in any of these different benchmarks. And this is the main reason for this whole code red situation that we're in. And right now, most of you are probably thinking, Sam, why is this even important? Why can't I just continue using ChatGPT? Well, the reason why it's important to me is because yes, I've been using it since 2022. As a matter of fact, you can take a look on my channel. One of the most popular videos or the most popular video on this channel is all about ChatGPT. And I made that video back in 2022. So I've been using it since then. And yes, I'm familiar with the way it works. I'm used to the way it works. But if it's not able to reach all of these different benchmarks, then essentially all I'm doing is wasting my time, energy, and money, because this is something that I pay for every single month. And that's the purpose of my channel, to educate you guys on what's happening within the AI space so that you can find the best AI tool that works in the way that you want it to work. And everything I'm saying right now isn't only my opinion. This is something that I'm seeing across the internet on various different platforms. For example, if we just take a look on Reddit, we can see right here that multiple people are having discussions about switching from ChatGPT to Google Gemini. There's this one over here that says, I switched from ChatGPT to Gemini. Google Gemini absolutely crushes ChatGPT. So everyone's switching to Gemini right now, considering switching from ChatGPT to Gemini. Gemini seems to be officially better than ChatGPT, and the list goes on and on. There's all of these discussions with multiple different upvotes, multiple different likes, and just a lot of people saying that they're switching. By considering all of this now brings me on to a common question that I got off the back of that video. I got a lot of messages, a lot of DMs, and a lot of emails from you guys. When you heard about this whole code red thing happening, instantly you felt like OpenAI has been hacked and maybe your personal conversations are now going to be compromised. And I want you to know from the research that I've done that this isn't the case. This code red thing has nothing to do with a data hack or anything like that. It's more about the performance and the future of ChatGPT as a company. But I did want to use this opportunity to remind you that when using ChatGPT, generally speaking, if you're going to be having personal conversations about sensitive topics, maybe sensitive data, or maybe you're just talking about your business plan and you're giving it financials or whatever the case is, and you didn't want that information to be shared unnecessarily, what you should do is double check your settings. So if I just log into my ChatGPT account, what you need to do is click into the bottom left just like this. And the way you're going to do is click on settings. And then from here, you need to click on data controls. And then from here, you're going to see this option, and you want to make sure that this is turned off again if you're having sensitive conversations. And the reason for that is because if you turn this on, basically ChatGPT is going to share your information so that it can improve the model for everyone. So as you can see, I've got it turned off, and this is something that you might want to consider. And don't worry, this isn't going to affect your memory. As you can see, I've got my memory settings turned on. This is something that is a key selling point to ChatGPT, which is the fact that it can remember conversations. So it's not going to affect this. If you don't want ChatGPT to share your information, you just need to go over to data controls and make sure that this one's turned off. But now that we've got all of that out of the way, let's get into one of the big questions that I'm sure most of you are thinking, which is, Sam, with everything that's been said, are you considering to cancel your ChatGPT account after 4 years? And I would say the answer to that is going to be no. I still plan on using both in the meantime, but I'm going to be honest, I have been using Gemini a lot more recently because it helps with my internet business in a number of different ways in a slightly more efficient way. And I'm just going to quickly explain exactly what I mean. Now, the first thing is when it comes to research. Because Gemini is directly connected to Google, anything related to trends, market analysis, niche validation, digital product research, it just feels a little bit more reliable. When looking for up-to-date information, Gemini tends to give me fresher, more current results. The second thing is the ecosystem. Google isn't just giving us a chatbot, but they've given us multiple different AI tools that integrate with the Google ecosystem, whether that's Gmail, Google Drive, so on and so forth. So let's start off with Gemini. Now, Gemini is my go-to for business research and planning. If I'm analyzing a niche, if I'm validating a digital product, if I'm looking for a new business idea, Gemini gives me real-time insights because it pulls directly from the search data in the back end of Google. There's also Notebook LM. Now this one's perfect when it comes to understanding any topic deeply. You're able to upload notes, PDFs, scripts, and it becomes a personal tutor that breaks down everything in a clear, structured way. The good thing about Notebook LM is that if you're able to prompt it correctly, there's a way that you can get a customized prompt for Notebook LM. It's going to be able to walk you through everything you need to know about building a digital product if that's something that you're interested in doing. You can also have conversations with Notebook LM, of course, with the AI. You can have a back and forth conversation, find out information about your chosen niche. You can also get a mini course completely free for you to use when it comes to studying everything about the digital product that you're thinking about launching. And it doesn't just end with digital products. This is something that you can do with any business model that's out there. Nano Banana is another tool that I use when it comes to this whole Google AI system. So I would say that this is perfect when it comes to content creation. It's great for making Instagram graphics, YouTube thumbnails, product markups, anything visual. You're going to be able to generate images for completely free. And with the new update with Nano Banana, it's able to do a high quality job. And then there's Google AI Studio, which is one of the most powerful tools when it comes to online businesses. This is where you're able to build interactive web applications that can go directly onto a website. So if you want to build a calculator, dashboard, any type of interactive tool, you're going to be able to do that and literally add it onto your website in a matter of seconds for completely free. This is something that I actually showcased in a previous video. I've got this website where I've got this digital product available, and I was able to build a web application with the help of Google AI Studio. And the good thing about this is that it's coded in a way, and I've also done the right research for me to know that this can get ranked in the Google search results for me to get traffic with SEO. And what's really interesting is that everything I just went through is just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to the different ways that you can use Google AI. Now, I do want to be fair because yes, Google AI is great. It's able to do so many things. I'm using it. Millions of people around the world are using it too. That doesn't mean that just because ChatGPT has a code red issue, that it's not able to do things that it's going to be able to help you out, because again, I'm still using it. So I was going to go through some of the benefits that you probably don't know of, maybe you've forgotten, and you're going to see that there is still ways that you can use ChatGPT depending on what you're trying to use it for. Now, the first one is the memory feature. ChatGPT can remember details from conversations that happened many months ago, and that level of consistency is extremely helpful when it comes to working on long-term projects. And because I've been using ChatGPT now for many years, there's times that I've gone onto it, asked it to remind me about a specific detail with a conversation that I had with it, I would say a few months ago, maybe even a year ago, and 9 times out of 10, I'll say 8 times out of 10, it's always able to remember. So yeah, this definitely saves me a lot of time because I don't have to repeat things, and it already knows my preference when it comes to all of my different workflows. Now, the second benefit to using ChatGPT that I've noticed in comparison to all of the other AI tools that are out there is image generation. So from my experience, I would say that ChatGPT is one of the best when it comes to creating a completely brand new high quality image from scratch. This is something that not that many people talk about. Yes, Google's Nano Banana is amazing, but I would say that ChatGPT is good when it comes to creating a brand new image using a single prompt that doesn't exist. Another huge advantage to using ChatGPT in comparison to many of the other AI tools is that I've noticed that many of them are not able to generate fully functional Excel spreadsheets. And this is an ideal use case if you're someone that wants to build up a digital product website, selling spreadsheets, or maybe you just want to use it for yourself. And to give an example of what I'm talking about, let's say if I wanted to create a brand new spreadsheet for the purpose of listing it on this demonstration site. So I've already got this ebook available, but if I wanted to include a spreadsheet when it comes to helping small businesses track their income and expenses, I'm going to be able to do all of this using ChatGPT. So I could just go into it, enter this prompt. I'm not going to bore you with the details of it, but within a few minutes, it's able to come back with a Excel spreadsheet that I'm going to be able to download directly onto my computer. And right here, this is what it was able to do. So again, it's fully functional. It's got formulas, it's got a pie chart, it's got line charts, it's got everything integrated. And this is perfect for those of you that, again, want to sell something like this. You want to be able to use it. You want to be able to save a lot of time and not have to play around with spreadsheets, because you're going to be able to do so with the help of ChatGPT using a simple prompt. And finally, we have the Atlas browser. Now, this is something that I think a lot of people are sleeping on. And the way that it works is that it's very similar to the Google Chrome browser, but instead it's going to have ChatGPT integrated directly into it. And what this means is that you can go onto any website and you can use the chat feature to replicate a website. You can replicate Instagram posts. You can also use it when it comes to getting prompts to replicate videos as well. I'm not going to go too much into the Atlas browser today. I've got another video coming out real soon where I'm going to be able to spend a little bit more time, but I would say that those are some of the main benefits and just a few reasons why I'm still using ChatGPT even though a code red was recently issued. But yeah, guys, for the most part, I would say that those are some of the key things that you need to know when it comes to this whole code red issue that was recently announced by OpenAI. You don't need to cancel your account. You don't need to panic. You don't need to stress. You're going to be able to continue using ChatGPT as normal. My advice is to maybe test out both Gemini and ChatGPT for a few months, see whichever one is better for you. But I would say that this isn't the end of ChatGPT yet. I've still got hope that they're going to improve things. They're going to increase the benchmarks, and they're going to make the AI tool the same one that we've all been used to over these past few years. Now, if you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to press the like button. I really appreciate that. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell notification so that YouTube can let you know once a new video has been released. And if you want to watch another YouTube video that I made not too long ago, well, in this video, I'm going to break down some of the best ways that you can use AI tools when it comes to building a digital product moving into 2026. You're going to be able to watch that by clicking the link right there. Check that out straight after this. That video has helped out so many people, and I'm sure if you're able to watch it from start to finish, it's also going to help you out as well. But as always, guys, I'm going to catch you on that next video. Make sure you stay safe out there. Peace.